What keeps me coming back every day is being inspired by the people who are doing the work and watching them have a positive impact on children, adults, and families in our communities. It's absolutely amazing, empowering people and lifting them up so that they can improve their lives in whatever way they deem appropriate.
Extraordinary people in our community, I would say, are
Positively Milwaukee.
I'm excited to have you join us.
PozCast. So I'm driving down Wisconsin Avenue. I have seen this building for years. Always wondered what they do in there. Saw the initials WCS,
Yes.
And I'm saying, what is WCS? Then I get a call. Hey, have you ever talked to those who work at Wisconsin Community Services?
Yes.
And I'm like, no. Then they introduced me to the CEO and president, Clarence Johnson, who has been there for 15 years now.
Yes, that's correct.
And Clarence, you guys do a lot that many of us may not even know you're doing the work.
Yes, we do. Thank you for having me, first of all. Good to be here. So we were founded in 1912, just going back a little bit.
We've got 100 years on the
books. About
books.
113 years ago, as the Wisconsin chapter of the Society for the Friendless. And our mission then was to help people who were incarcerated return to the community. Reentry services largely. Mm-hmm. And so fast forward, Shannon, 100 years later, we now have two primary pillars in our community. One is justice-involved people, and the other is people who have behavioral health needs. So we all know that the connection between behavioral health needs and justice involvement is very deep. And so those two service aspects really kind of drive the work that we do in our community.
And like you said, it makes sense, right, to have that pivot because they're both intertwined, right?
Yes.
The intersection of mental health and justice and reform all play an important role.
Yes, that is true. They do.
And so I learned, your story to the WCS is one that I thought was kind of interesting. You had worked next door to the location prior to actually working inside the doors?
Well, that's an interesting story. So many, many moons ago, I won't say how long ago, but it's a long time ago, I was a doorman. Had just finished undergraduate school, and this is when our main office was on 5th and Wisconsin Avenue, working at this hotel as a doorman. And the staff of Wisconsin Community Services would use the parking lot of the hotel. And so I got to know them, and they encouraged me to apply for a job. Again, this was many years ago. And so I did. And I worked there initially for about 3 years doing court intervention work and then also overseeing our mental health clinic. And I left Wisconsin Community Services. I've had a great career in the Milwaukee area and returned about 15 years ago as the Associate Executive Director.
And so from there, your vision for the Wisconsin Community Services organization is primarily what?
Well, our vision is to meet needs in the southeast Wisconsin communities, primarily Milwaukee and Waukesha. We have services in other counties in southeast Wisconsin, meeting community needs of people who have behavioral health needs and also who are justice involved. And by providing meeting those community needs, then our goal is to improve community safety and strengthen our communities by providing these much needed services to children, to adults, and to families.
Can you talk about some of the programming you have for children specifically that helps them in that space of mental health wellness?
Sure. Well, we have one of our programs. It's called the Bakari Center, and it is a venue that provides residential care for young men who are involved with the youth justice system. It's a 6-month program focused on helping them to meet emotional needs. It's called dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT is for short, and to help them make better choices, to really think through what they're doing in a more rational way. And by doing that, we hope to obviously decrease their future contacts with the youth justice system and also help to support their transition into adulthood. We also have an extensive array of programs for children, our children's mental health programs. One is called Comprehensive Community Services. It's aimed at keeping kids in the community, preventing them from going into a restrictive level of placements or needs. So those are just a couple of the programs that we have.
And you also, and again, like I said, it's like this quiet giant in the city helping the state, but you also help kids who are in foster care.
We do. We are a licensed child placing agency, and we have a number of young children and teens also who are in foster care placements. We provide professional foster care services. We work with families, adults in our community who are interested in becoming foster parents, and we license them, work with them, support them, and obviously support the kids who are placed in our homes also. And the goal is to find some permanent placement for them, whether it's to have them reunified with their birth families, or if that can't happen, in some cases, provide an adoptive home or some other more permanent home that they have in their futures.
What have been some of the challenges for you as a leader in this space of bringing more awareness and funding to support these needs?
Well, that's a great question. Wisconsin Community Services, is largely a government-funded organization, and it's great in terms of providing or meeting some of the basic financial demands of the services that we provide. But we also want to do things outside of our government funding to support that and also to innovate the programs and services. So opening recovery houses for people who are substance use involved. Our foster care program, which you just described, and other programs also that perhaps government isn't able to fund as fully as we'd like, but we know it's important to continue to innovate. And so being able to raise the awareness of what we do in the community, elevate the work of WCS, we're hoping to perhaps attract more private funders, if you will.
Has
to
that been a
support the
challenge?
mission. It's been a challenge. We're working on, have a very focused plan on improving that over the next couple of years, and we think we're on the right track and looking for more support from our communities.
What is it about the work that you do that keeps you coming back? I mean, 15 years is a long time.
It is, and it's amazing how fast time can go by. If you think about, when I started, about in my current role, rather, about 9 years ago, we had some challenges at the national level, which I won't get into those in great detail. Then we were in the middle of a pandemic, right, for a couple of years. So that really, I think, for many organizations, and certainly ours is no different, accelerated the work that we did rather. Wisconsin Community Services is a provider of essential services. The programs that we provide are needed. We can't shut our doors. They have to continue on. And so for us, that was a pretty significant challenge during the pandemic. And also, we have a great staff. We employ about 600 people. By the way, we serve WCS, Wisconsin Community Services, serves 17,000 people annually. It's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
And we do that across 60 programs and with almost 600 staff. And what keeps me coming back every day is being inspired by the people who are doing the work and watching them have a positive impact on children, adults, and families in our communities. It's absolutely amazing, empowering people and lifting them up so that they can improve their lives in whatever way they deem appropriate.
And over those years, can you recall an encounter you may have had with one of the people who benefited from your services coming back or thanking you or showing you how you believing in them or providing those essential services helped them to get on the right path?
Well, there's a really wonderful story. This was probably maybe 10 years ago before I was in my current role. So Wisconsin Community Services has a board of about 15 people that meet on a regular basis. And at the annual meeting of the WCS Board of Directors, which is in September, we usually have a person receiving services speak at our board meeting. And so we had this gentleman come to us, and he spoke at our board meeting. He was actually a resident in our Joshua Glover Residential Reentry Center. And that's a program that helps people who are incarcerated in the state prison system return to the community. He spoke very eloquently to our board, was very dynamic, was very energetic, was just an incredible person, high energy. And we ended up hiring him a couple of years later. And this was almost 10 years ago. Today, he's still with the organization, doing great work. He's what we call a peer supporter, or peer specialist, a person with lived experience who's working side by side with the person receiving services, helping that person along their path to recovery and empowerment.
I thought that was interesting too as I was looking and doing some research on the website, all of these great programs that you provide. And yes, that peer-to-peer support, sometimes you see that outside of a single organization.
Yes.
But yet this huge organization that's trying to tackle so much, also seeing the importance of people with lived experiences having value or bringing value to the work that you do.
Yes, well, it's amazing. Our journey along that path has been fascinating because if you go back 7, 8 years ago, our ability to integrate people with lived experience into our programming was okay, but it was not very deep. Fast forward, Shannon, 7, 8 years later, now we actually have a peer academy training program. We actually do training of people who have lived experience, whether it's recovery with substance use needs or criminal justice or mental health. So there's the training, and then we also help them, support them along the way in terms of becoming certified.
Wow. How do people in the community learn more or get connected with you? Is it basically being court ordered, or is it word of mouth? It's just so interesting to learn of all of these resources. And yet even this is the first time that I'm really hearing about the breadth of the work you do.
Yes. Well, a number of different ways. Yes, we have a number of programs that are court ordered, but you can also reach out to us on social, Wisconsin Community Services, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And if you need support for yourself or someone in your family, or a friend, those are ways that you can connect with someone at Wisconsin Community Services. So we also, the agency, WCS, appears at a number of different community resource fairs. So there are many different ways to learn about the programs and services of Wisconsin Community Services. But yeah, going on, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, great ways to dig a little deeper, find out about services for yourself, a friend, or family member.
Clarence, I promise you, this is not the last time our paths will cross. I am so excited to learn about Wisconsin Community Services and look forward to engaging with your organization more and bringing more awareness to what you guys offer in the community.
Well, thank you, Shannon. Thank you for having me and also giving me the chance to tell our community about the great work that Wisconsin Community Services is doing and has done since 1912. And we look forward to another several decades in our communities in Southeast Wisconsin.
So this is basically a story to say, when you see a building on Wisconsin Avenue, maybe you should stop next time, go in and see what it's about.
Yes.
You never know what you might find. Clarence, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Shannon.
Is there someone in your community doing amazing work? An unsung hero, or someone just with an inspiring story to uplift us all? Well, I want to hear from you because I want to talk to them. Why don't you reach out to me with the email on the screen? And the next time you tune in, they may just be sitting next to me here on the PozCast.